Before the fame, before the red carpets, before the world knew the name Rocky, there was a struggling actor named Sylvester Stallone, broke, rejected, and almost forgotten. Sylvester Stallone wasn't born into comfort. During his birth, complications caused nerve damage to his face. That's why his speech was slightly slurred and one side of his face drooped. People mocked him for it. Casting directors told him he didn't look right. They said he didn't sound right. In Hollywood, that's enough to end a dream before it even begins. But Stallone had something stronger than approval, he had belief. In the early 1970s, he was so broke he could barely survive. He lived in a tiny apartment in New York City. Sometimes, there was no electricity. Sometimes, there was no food. He once revealed that he had only $106 in his bank account. That's not struggling, that's desperation. At his lowest point, he had to sell his beloved dog, Butkus, for just $40 because he couldn't afford to feed him. Imagine that pain, selling your best friend just to survive. He went to auditions. Rejected. Another audition. Rejected. Again. Rejected. Over 1,000 times. They told him to change his name. They told him to fix his speech. They told him to give up. But then, in 1975, something happened. He watched a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. Wepner, the underdog, lasted nearly the entire fight against the great Ali. That fight sparked something in Stallone's heart. He saw himself in Wepner, underestimated, doubted, but still standing. In just 3 days, Stallone locked himself in a room and wrote the script for Rocky. Studios loved the script. They offered him $125,000 for it, a life-changing amount of money at the time. For someone who couldn't afford food, that was everything. But there was one condition. They didn't want him to star in it. They wanted a real actor. Someone famous. Someone marketable. Someone who didn't talk like him. Stallone refused. He said, "If I'm not in it, you can't have it." The offers dropped. $125,000 became $250,000. Then $350,000. Still, he said no. Why? Because this wasn't just a script. It was his life on paper. Finally, the studio agreed to let him star in the movie, but on one condition. They cut his pay drastically. He only received about $35,000. He didn't care. He used part of that money to track down the man he sold his dog to, and bought Butkus back, for $15,000. That's loyalty. That's faith. That's heart. When Rocky was released in 1976, it shocked the world. The low-budget film became a global phenomenon. It earned over $225 million and won 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Overnight, the man they rejected became a superstar. But here's the truth. Rocky wasn't just a character. Rocky was Sylvester Stallone. A man who refused to quit. A man who bet on himself when nobody else would. A man who turned rejection into fuel. Today, Stallone is one of Hollywood's biggest legends. But his real victory wasn't the fame, it was the fight he refused to stop fighting. And here's the lesson. Your weakness can become your signature. Your rejection can become your redirection. Your lowest moment can become your origin story. If you're struggling right now, if doors keep closing, if people keep doubting you, remember Stallone. They laughed at his voice. They rejected his face. They told him no 1,000 times. But he said yes to himself. And that changed everything. If this story inspired you, if it reminded you to keep fighting your own battle, then subscribe to the Story Forge and keep feeding your mind with greatness. Because your story isn't over. And like Rocky, you're just one round away from your breakthrough.